Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Henry Higgins III and we are back again with another unboxing video for your viewing pleasure. Now this time out we have a quartet of figures from one of the best movies ever made. Arguably one of the most perfect movies ever committed to film. The absolute classic that is The Princess Bride. Now, the four characters from that movie that are on display here are Fezzik, the mercenary of Vicine, played by the inimitable Andre the Giant. We also have Inigo Montoya, the other hired mercenary of Vicine, played beautifully in the movie by Mandy Patinkin. We have the Princess Bride herself, Buttercup, played by the absolutely adorable Robin Wright. And we have, to round it out, the Dread Pirate Roberts version of Westley, who was played in the movie with such unparalleled charm by Cary Elwes. As you can see from the logo here, these were from McFarlane Toys and they were an absolute bargain. The RRP for the figures was $49.99 for Fezzik and $29.99 for the other three. However, I purchased these from Zavi, where currently Fezzik is reduced to $29.99 and Buttercup is down to $14.99 only. But that is not all. When I purchased them back in April, they were part of a 3 for £30 deal on collectables that Zavi were doing. So I got those four, and I got a Riddler statue, which will feature in a future unboxing video, and a My Hero Academia twin pack for my son Josh. The total should have been $139.94 for all six, but I got them for £60 due to the 3 for 30 deal, and because of that, all four of the Princess Bride figures clocked in at just $8.99 each. That is an absolute steal for what they are. But enough waffle from me. You're here for an unboxing. You're not here to me talk about bargains. So let's switch things to the side camera and let these heroes and heroines breathe. Transition. So here we are at the side camera. We've got the figures in front of us. We have our trusty knife here ready to open the boxes. As always, if you are a younger viewer of the channel, please do get some supervision and some assistance when using a sharp blade, either scissors or a knife, to open your boxes. Keep yourself safe. But for now, we are going to skip to having them open, so as to avoid a long delay. So join us on the flip side. And here we go with the figures now out the box. From left to right, we have Inigo Montoya, Princess Buttercup, Dread Pirate Roberts Westley, and Fezzik. And one of the things you'll notice straight away is how much bigger Fezzik is to the other figures. They've done a fantastic job in keeping these all to scale, and it really shows when you have the figures together like this. So if we take the first one, we'll take Princess Buttercup and we'll have a look and see how she's doing. Make sure Inigo does not fall over. So if we have a look at her here, she's in her red dress, and she's the only figure here that actually has like clothing, fabric clothing, is to give the dress a sense of weight and flowing and fluidity. Underneath, she's got boots, and they're quite detailed as well. Following on from that, she's obviously got red legs, so it looks like she has red tights on underneath. It's a really good likeness of Robin Givens. A lot of fantastic detail. We bring her in a little closer in the eyes and the face, the flowing hair, the braid and the headpiece in the back there. It's a really nice figure. The articulation, and this will be across the board, they have 22 points of articulation, covering the pretty much all the major joints: hips, shoulders, knees, elbows, wrists, ankles. The head turns, the waist turns, and obviously can bend forward and backwards. However, most of the time these will obviously be display pieces, so you'll pick a pose and generally just leave them at that. But that's Princess Buttercup, so we'll place her over there. The next one we have up, we have Westley and his Dread Pirate Roberts gear. And again, if we get in close, you can see an amazing likeness of Gary Elvis in there. Little bit of facial hair, the Dread Pirate Roberts mask and the bandana. Little detailing again on the shoulders, which would be elements of almost chainmail and the puffy frills. It's a really nicely done figure. The articulation again, 22 points, and he comes with his rapier, with his sword, and it can go in the scabbard, but it seems like putting it in the scabbard may cause the sword to actually bend and warp, because it has to physically go against his body there. So I'm going to keep it out, and obviously it can just be placed in his hand. There you have it. There's his sword in his hand, ready for his duel with Inigo at the top of the mountain. This is another one. It's a really nice figure. Like I say, the articulation's on point, but obviously the detail in the costuming, the detail in the figure itself is what really sells it. Up next, we have Inigo Montoya himself, the unsung hero of the piece, looking for the six-fingered man who killed his father and should prepare to die. Again, the detailing on the costuming, belt buckle, the boots that he wears, just all the little layers. I would have preferred it to be obviously fabric clothing for all of the figures, but that would ramp up the cost astronomically. As it is, this is a cute figure. Really looks like Mandy Patinkin from the movie, with his little facial hair and his eyes, everything about it. And he comes with his classic sword. Look at the craftsmanship on that hilt. Obviously, if we hold it this way, you can see it with the blade. And we'll get that in his hand as well. And now he is ready for his duel at the top of the mountain as they hunt down the princess and fight the Dread Pirate Roberts. And last but not least, and we're going to have to do him from way over here because of how big he is, we have Fezzik himself, played by Andre the Giant. He also has 22 points of articulation with his elbows. It's a little stiff at the moment, but obviously it's because it's a brand new figure, unopened until now. But again, the detailing on his clothing, if you have a look there, the boots and the fabric design, his belt, his portly belly, and just his general overall size is phenomenal. He comes with a rock, which he would throw at the Dread Pirate Roberts on the hunt for the princess. See how we can get that in his hand. Maybe it just sits in there. There we go. So there he is. We go back a bit, holding his rock. And we'll get some close-up pictures of him later on towards the end of the video. Standard for unboxing videos on this channel. He also comes with a peanut, which is a nice little nod to the movie and one of his most famous lines. And there we have it. So that is all 4 figures unboxed, articulated here. As I say, I always dropped his rock. I am really happy with these figures, really happy with how they turned out, and I will elaborate further when we switch back to the main camera. Transition! What a fantastic set. The detailed figure from McFarlane Toys They've long been a favourite of mine, covering so many franchises from movies, TV, comics, video games, and these four for The Princess Bride, they are no exception. Wonderfully crafted and with pitch perfect likenesses of the characters. So whether you are a fan of the Princess Bride movie, or just a fan of collecting great action figures for your collection, these are definitely ones you should consider. But what about all those important scores? Well, rather than extend the video, I'm just going to have Andre help me with this, Fezzik himself. Rather than extend the video for longer than it actually needs to be, we'll be scoring overall across all four rather than individually. So with that said, for the overall look of the figures, they are definitely a 5 out of 5. They are absolutely identical to the movie counterparts that they're based on. Clothing, facial scans are stunning. Everything about them is absolutely fantastic when it comes to how they look, and they will look fantastic whether they're kept in the box on a shelf or displayed on a shelf, posed how you wish to pose them. Definite 5 out of 5. Accessories, I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5. Because while they do come with accessories, both Inigo and Westley come with their sword. Fezzik comes with a rock and a peanut. And Princess Buttercup will class the fabric dress as an accessory. They are all really, really good. They also come with a little background. Now, most of the McFarlane toys come with a little background that you can display them against as well. And there's one in each box here. The downside is the display stand here is molded onto the background box. So to get the display stand out, you have to actually destroy that part of the box. So that is a bit of a shame, because on some of the previous figures we've done, the display stand actually comes separately in the box, and that would have been a much better thing here. As for the articulation, I'm going to put Andre down, Fezzik down, we'll go with Westley here. They're definite 5 out of 5 again. They're so articulated. As I say, they have wrist articulation, which can move in all directions, elbows, knees, hips. Now, obviously, they don't have the flexible range of motion that an actual human being does, but there's very few action figures you can do that with. For the price and for the detailed look, the articulation is really on point, and you could pose these in a number of different ways. Which takes us on to the next one, posability. And again, I'm going to give these 5 out of 5. And the reason for doing that is, again, I'm judging them as a foursome. So obviously you can pose them together, separately, or in different pairs. But you can pose them together. So with Westley and Inigo, for example, if I bring him over, you could pose them in a fencing duel. You could pose Westley and Fezzik recreating their battle, where Fezzik had Westley on his back and was being choked out. You can have Buttercup and Westley together, and individually you can pose them in a number of different ways. So again, for that reason, they are definitely posability 5 out of 5. Which leads us on to the final category, value for money. And I'll bring the most valuable lady in the realm in for this one. Value for money, 5 out of 5. Now, that is obviously exacerbated by the fact that I got them for $8.99 each based on the deal that Zavi was doing at the time. But even now, with Buttercup and Fezzik on a reduced price, and Zavi and the other two being well worth the £30 that their RRP is, these are amazing value for money. And for me, as I said, 5 out of 5 on that category. Now, there will be links in the description below for the figures on Zavi's website, because that's where I got them. But a quick search online will find you a number of different outlets for wherever you are in the world. Zavvi, I believe, is UK. It may not be UK only, but it's definitely UK centric. But you'll find them on pretty much any good online shop, online store that does collectibles and action figures. So I am extremely happy with these. I'm extremely happy with these ones from the Princess Bride from McFarlane Toys, and I will be looking for a good place for them on the shelves. But before I do that, I do need to get more shelf space first because I have run out. But that will do us for today. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend it here with me on my wee channel. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell your friends about the channel, get them to subscribe, and check out our other videos, including the unboxing video we did last week for Harley Quinn, the unboxing video for the Turtles. There's other Harley Quinn's unboxings. There's many unboxings on the channel. There's over 30 unboxing videos overall. Our very first video was an unboxing. Go and watch that. See how we've improved. But that, as I said, is it for today. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Stay lovely. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.